Welcome to the Business Growth Podcast. Today I'm here with Nick, the managing partner of Bosch and Bosch PC. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit more. What do you guys do at Bosch and Bosch?
Yeah, so at Bosch Bosch, we're primarily a tax firm. We also do bookkeeping and advisory services. So my favorite part is doing like tax planning, helping my clients save money on their taxes, and a whole gamut of services. But that is definitely our primary focus.
Okay, nice. And then I know when we spoke last, you said you guys are very into AI and you're using it already quite heavily in the business. Can you tell a bit more about what are some of the solutions that you're using AI for?
Yeah. So one thing I love is we use a lot of the different tech tools for the accounting firms, such as Intuit products like QuickBooks Online and our tax software. And these big companies are building AI into their software, so it just makes it easier for us to use. So that's where it's kind of AI is already embedded. So that's the easier way. But I'm actually really interested in AI myself. So I love. So when ChatGPT became a thing, I started playing around with it in the beginning, just for basic tasks, and now I've built out some custom GPTs. I basically train it about our firm and our processes, so it's really helpful. So especially we get tons of client emails. So I'll take a client email and it will, answer most of their questions in a much more robust way than I would say a quick yes or no. So it's really good at helping on giving advice. But I've done, a lot of stuff with ChatGPT, but I would say that's my primary use, and I use it probably at least 20 times per day, but it's allowed me to serve so many more clients.
Yeah, it helps so much. I actually spent almost all of yesterday building some more new GPTs to help me with my content stuff. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, doing that GPT, and then once you set it up, then you can just forget about it. And then,
Yeah.
So how did you go about setting up that email GPT that you said to have it reply how you want it and know what to say and say it correctly as well?
Yeah. So I actually use a couple different tools. I'm dabbling in all these different technologies, but I'm an audio type of person. I like talking. Have terrible handwriting. I'm not the fastest on the keyboard either. So what I actually love doing is when I'm driving to my office, let's say I have a 30-minute commute to work, what I'll do, I'll use an audio transcription tool. I use Otter. I know there's tons out there. But what I'll do is in Otter, I'll basically talk about our firm. And this is kind of how I built out the GPT with no extra time. So I drive to work and talk about Bosch and Boscia, say we do tax bookkeeping, we use these softwares, this is our client base, these are our processes. And what I would do is take that audio entry and put it into my GPT and save it in there. And then I would keep, and as we change processes and change things, I would basically talk to it almost like it was my personal assistant, and it kept updating. So now when I use that GPT, it already has all that backstory. So it gives really good, accurate answers, almost better than I could, because it memorizes all our processes. So I love doing that. And I tell people about it all the time, but I don't know if a lot of people like talking to themselves. I do.
Right. And how long was this project of you driving to work, talking to the GPT? How long did this go for?
Yeah, it honestly didn't really take that long. I would say the first entry was the most just dumping everything I could possibly talk about. And it's kind of fun because you're talking about what you're currently doing. And then I'm also talking about things where I want to take the firm and new things I want to implement, maybe a new piece of technology or a new process. And it'll actually be able to give me guidance on how to accomplish my goals at the same time. So maybe the first few were the most important. And then I think after maybe 10 entries, I just stopped because I was just repeating myself, which isn't bad because when it knows it's duplicating the same information, it could decipher that. Yeah, it wasn't really that hard to do.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I find it just once you get it set up, then it's ready to rock and roll. One of the other ones I built as well, I just took previous content that I'd made and I'd manually typed, and these content pieces took me 30 minutes a piece. And I took my 10 best pieces I made, and then I just put in the ChatGPT and I said, hey, this is how I want you to write the content. Here's some examples. So then it really got an idea of my writing style, and then it made it even better. And it's just helped so much with writing content and saved me so much time as well.
Yeah. And like on top, so once I got comfortable making my first one, kind of like you probably have a couple for different
Oh, yeah.
roles of what you're doing. So I have one for Bosch and Boscia, which is tax and bookkeeping, and then I have one for my speaking brand, which is the Balance CPA. So I'm making content there, which is something without ChatGPT I'd be terrible at because I'm not like the most creative person. So when I go, hey, my mission is to help other accounting firm owners use technology, improve their businesses, and now it helps me, write articles or make presentations. So without ChatGPT, like I don't think I would be doing nearly as much as I got done this year. So I love it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not like I used to be an accountant as well. I think it's an accountant thing, not being that creativity element. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely not the most creative as well. Usually it's like, yeah, ChatGPT or just model someone else's post that I really liked and then
Mhm.
make it my own type of thing. So yeah. And then so you touched on, so it tells you where you want to take the firm, like how to get there. So what is some of the goals for the firm? Where do you guys want to take it in like in the next year type of thing?
Yeah. So my dad started our firm in like 1975. So that's like a big part of my story is like when I joined in 2013, like we were doing everything paper. It was extremely old school. Like if you came into my office in 2013, 2014, it looked like we were in 1980. Like everything was old school, like fake plants. Like it was like literally a blast from the past. And my dad, which a lot of accountants are like this, they don't want to change their process. Cause like I've been doing this for 10 years, 20 years. Why change it now? So we changed so much, like with things like getting paid up front or using a workflow management system instead of using a paper checklist, like things like that. So that's already behind us. But now I love traveling. I know you like to travel. It sounds like you like to travel as well. I want to be able to work from anywhere. But right now, like a lot of our applications are desktop based. So this year, actually, we're transitioning our desktop applications to cloud based applications. So then when I travel, it's not like you have to VPN in, and there's like a lot of clunkiness with that. So that's the one thing I'm looking forward to. But we have most of our processes down pat. It's just like moving our technology to the cloud is our next step.
Yeah. That definitely makes things a lot easier. Okay. And then how about any other like growth goals that you have for the business?
Um, Changing a legacy firm has been, has its challenges because I have clients that have been working with us for longer than I've been alive. Like I literally have clients come in, they're like, I've been coming here for 40 years and I'm only 36. So it's like hard to say, well, now use everything electronic, you do video conferencing, things like that. So getting people on to our newer system has been a little bit of a process, but my goal is to really just hone down on attracting the type of clients that we want to work with. So the clients who, because our newer clients love our processes. Like, oh my God, you're so much better than our previous accountant. Not that I'm trying to knock other accountants, but there's someone for everyone. So I want to attract clients who are tech forward, who appreciate doing a video conference, save them the driving time, or like I do clients all over the country. I wouldn't say all over the world because we don't handle international taxes, but just attracting that type of client, because the more I attract people who actually like what we've built, it's like this, it's like a growing relationship because they appreciate me and I like working with them more. So it's like doing my same job, but I enjoy it more every year because I'm starting to attract the people who like what we built.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Having
Where in the beginning, we were trying to build our clients, everything around the clients who didn't want to change. And there's a lot of push and pull, and it doesn't, you're not like getting it. You're almost fighting each other because you're not helping what they want.
Yeah, I can imagine they want to do it one way, you want to do it another way, and then trying to find the balance in between can, yeah, definitely be annoying. And it's crazy the difference it can make with the client that you work. Like you can have one client and it's just so good every day, and then you have some clients where every time you get their email or you have to talk with them, you're just dreading it. So it's really interesting getting the right people that you work with make a really big difference in terms of like your enjoyment.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've been talking about because like my goal is to like, talk more in the accounting industry, help other firms grow and make changes because a lot of accountants are, I think most accountants I met are like really like genuine, good-hearted people. They want to help everybody. But what happens is they do it at their own expense. They're helping someone who maybe doesn't want to help themselves and they can't say no. And then they end up getting burnt out. And my fear is like dealing with that client who, when they call, your gut drops and you're stressed out because you already know they're going to be angry. And then you bring that negative energy to your best client who comes in right after. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to protect my energy, basically.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And then how about, what are some of the things that like you guys are focusing on right now that are maybe not working as well as what you would like in the business, or some of the things that you guys are focusing on like improving even more?
I guess I think this is a big challenge for a lot of firms, but for us is like having an organized training process for new hires. So we have so many different clients. We have a lot of different services that we offer. So organizing it in a way that is easy for someone new to come in and understand how to do processes. So if our pain point now is we hire someone new, there's a lot of like sitting side by side, showing them visually, this is how you do this. Oh, when this happens, you do that. So we're trying to build out like Loom videos so we could record, like train and record the videos and organize it in our workflow management tool. But sometimes there's some process, like a lot of administrative processes, that there's nowhere for it to like live in an organized fashion. So I'm still working on figuring that part out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That helps so much, just having like an SOP that you just give to the new person, and then saving that time of having to train them up. Like I've had to hire so many different employees as well. They come, they go, and then starting at zero for every new employee. Oh my God, you lose so much time. So having that SOP, we're just like, hey, here's the SOP, here's the trainings, here's the videos, here's the logins, go for it. And then you very quickly also see, hey, is this the right person or not? It makes a massive difference having that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how about, is there anything else that you guys are like working on aside from like the SOP onboarding thing?
Actually, one thing that I just started diving into that I wish, it's like every time I implement it, I love technology because once you set it up and it's set up right, it's awesome. But years ago, I went to an accounting conference and someone was talking about how they use Zapier or Zapier, however you say it. And I'm like, I need to learn this. But at the time, I'm like, there's so many things on my plate. So I just kicked the can down the road. And I'm finally, after years, using it. And now that I'm building it out, at first I couldn't figure it out. And now that I'm using it for a few, like maybe let's call it 5 different automations, I'm like, oh my God, this is so helpful. So I want to learn more about Zapier and how I could do more advanced stuff. Because right now I'm doing really basic stuff. Someone pays, it triggers onto a Google sheet so I know that they paid and I don't have to go and look. It just pushes to me. But I know people who have like crazy build out Zap automations. I don't know a lot about it, but I would like to learn that type of stuff.
Yeah. Zapier is really good. Yeah, I view it as, it's like the bridge between different softwares that you use and having them communicate with each other, because often like you have one good piece of software but you also need a different piece of software for something else, and then they don't really communicate, and Zapier is that like bridge between them. I use it all the time as well. And it's like, it's pretty cool, some of the zaps that you can set up and the things that it does, and everything just happens in the background, and it's like super efficient. It makes things a lot easier and takes away a lot of those like more admin tasks.
Yeah, and I would love to I know you use ChatGPT a lot, so I would love to figure out, all right, how could I link those things together? I haven't even thought about that because I basically try to think of a use case that I need to use right now. And then like once I use it, then it leads me to the next destination. I'm like, oh, if it does this, maybe it could do that. And then that's how my like learning, it hasn't been like exponential, but it's like step by step by step. And that's how our firm has grown it. But over time, it does become exponential. Like the changes, like even like we were talking about the standard operating procedures, we couldn't write any trainings because we had all of our clients working on different, some people brought in papers, some people faxed stuff, some people mailed stuff. Now we have one way for all documents to come in. So it's easier to have standard procedures when everyone's doing everything in one way. And there's still a lot of ways things could happen. It's been a journey. But so I love learning, and I love learning about technology because again, like Zapier, ChatGPT has been like a game changer for our firm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's what I find like initially when you're starting on a new software, there is like a little bit of a learning curve. Like I'm learning how to use a different one as well, or even like Riverside that we're filming a podcast
Hmm.
on. Like it takes a little while to learn the software, and then before you know it, you know the software so well, and it's just integrated into the business, and everything runs so smoothly. But that initial period of time of learning it, it's always like a headache, and
Hmm.
trying to get the team to adopt it and all that kind of stuff. And then, so while we're on the topic of like AI, automation, all that kind of stuff, I always like to ask, so let's say you could get like a magic AI robot to come into your business tomorrow. What task would you get it to do and why?
Um, that's a great question. I never thought about it because I never had that. Felt like the opportunity was there, but but if I knew I could have an AI robot, I'd probably have it. It would be like basically an assistant. Like I have a million ideas running in my head. So like the Zapier thing, I would want the AI tool to just do it for me. So like if I could build like an AI agent, which I haven't gone into, where it's actually doing the task, but say I need this automation, can you do it? And just do it. Because what ends up happening, that's where I'm spending a lot of my time. Is I'm spending time figuring out how to get the Zap to work,
Right.
and I can't figure out why. So like if I had an AI to do the test that I don't know how to do, and then explain it to me because I would like to replicate it. And then even just with emails, a lot of times if it could just if I could have like an email overlay that just kept getting smarter and understanding more context, because a lot of times, I mean, it's still pretty fast. I have to give a little context on the client that it wouldn't know,
Yeah.
but just almost like this super brain that is overlooking my Outlook and understanding all of my emails, not just one thread.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would help. I've seen some things that are kind of like Perplexity was introducing something, and then you give it all your login details to everything, and then it is kind of like this overarching supercomputer. But I didn't really trust it with all my login details, so I
Yeah.
haven't
Mhm.
adopted that yet. But yeah, kind of similar to what you're saying. And
Yeah.
then so you said you'd get it to focus more on automations. What would you say is the key workflow right now that you are looking at? Hey, can we automate this, make this more efficient, or something?
So one workflow that I would really love. So we use our workflow management tool at our office is called Financial Sense. So we have like a good workflow when a client pays us through one system, Anchor. It creates a project right in Financial Sense, which is an awesome automation. I don't have to think about it, but we have a disconnect that we have a where clients upload their documents is we use a Smart Vault, so it's just like a document portal, and they upload directly to their folder, and it's identified with their name. But there's no like Zapier doesn't sync with that, so we have to manually mark client uploaded documents. So that's an example where there is no bridge. So it's like a manual process that I wish I'm like this shouldn't be so hard. But right now we have to manually, all right, client John Smith uploaded his tax documents for tax season. We have to check off in Financial Sense. He's ready to be prepared.
Yeah.
That would be, that would be really helpful for us.
Yeah. I've seen a few, yeah, accounting businesses that it takes up a little bit of time. So does that, what you currently have, does it like follow up with them until it gets all the documents? Does it have like a checklist of documents as well?
Yeah, so we send out the checklist of documents, and most of our clients, like we've been doing it for so long, they know exactly, they know to upload. So we don't have a ton of trouble with that. What happens is clients will forget one document. So when we're preparing the return, we'll just shoot out a message and say, hey, you're missing your real estate tax bill, for example. And once they upload that, we can finalize it. We have a pretty good system for that. But really, it's just like no, like where we drop the ball is like if someone forgets to mark off, hey, client John Smith dropped his taxes off. No one marks it. Now we move on to the next day. That client in 4 weeks goes, hey, is my tax return done? And we're like, oops, we didn't even start it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It rarely happens, but if we had an automation, I wouldn't have to worry about it. Like our team's really good at following the process and making sure everything's checked off. But that would be something that I wish the team didn't have to do. That's what when I'm thinking about technology, like I want to take off the tasks that are like kind of boring or like, you know.
Yeah, that's why I love AI. It's like the all the
Mhm.
tasks that you just like, this is gonna be so mind-numbing and boring. We just give it to AI, you take care of it, and then boom, in like
It,
10 seconds, that boring task that would have
yeah.
taken you an hour is done. It's Brilliant.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I know we're starting to run out of time here, so let's finish on like what's been one of the most valuable lessons that you've learned like in business?
Um, I feel like I say this every time, but because it really is the truth, is as I was growing my firm, like the best thing I did was going and talking to other firm owners that were where I wanted to be. Because someone already spent 10 years, 20 years, 30 years trying to figure things out. And if they're like us, if they're, tech forward, thinking about growing. Like some people could just build a business and just stay and just plateau. So that might not be the person you want to look up to, even though they've been doing it for say 40 years. But like I'm going to an accounting conference, for example, and I'll talk to like the thought leaders in the industry because they're building these firms, they're learning the new tools, and they already tested all the software. So like when I would go into an accounting conference, there's all these vendors with all these softwares, and they're all competitors with each other. But if you have a friend who's like, oh well, I already tested out 5, and I would pick this one. So like having building those relationships over time has helped save me like years. Like even a simple thing, which most accounting firm owners, they do not bill up front. Everyone just bills, they do the work, and then they send an invoice and basically hope they get paid. And then I met other firm owners like, bill up front, bill up front. And I'm like, I can't do that. And now I tell people you have to bill up front. And they're like, I can't do that. But like once you make the shift, like I needed someone to give me the guidance to make the change. Otherwise I would have never done it on my own. So that's just my long-winded way of saying is just like sharing with other people, because people like, I don't want all the clients. Like I want to share my knowledge with other people. And I think successful firm owners want to help other people as well succeed.
Yeah, no, that's a really good lesson. Yeah, I'd say that's one of the key things to my success as well, is just like learning from other people further along than you. And then they've already
Mhm.
gone through all the mistakes that you probably will go through trying to figure it out by yourself. So why not just learn from someone else's mistakes? And it just shortcuts that. And especially like you said, like questioning some of the maybe limiting mindsets that you have, and then they just tell you, hey, actually, you can do it like this, and then you're just like, oh, okay, and then you test it, and then it works. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, and then you do it like that. So, yeah, just giving you to think from different ways. So, yeah, definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great having you on the show. Where can people go learn a little bit more about you and what you guys do?
Yeah, the best place to connect with me, I would say LinkedIn's always a good spot. Just Nick Boscia. My Instagram and all my handles are The Balance CPA, which is my speaking brand, or my website is thebalancecpa.life, or Facebook, Nick Boscia. So it's pretty much standard across all the platforms. I'm active really everywhere. So whatever people like to use is an easy way to find me.
Yeah, awesome. I'll include those links in the show notes below. Appreciate you coming on. You guys have been listening to the Business Growth Podcast. Until next time, keep growing.